We are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And we definitely have a lot to discuss. Now, as we know, Sabrina and Nicki have exchanged, I would say, love for one another on social media. Sabrina acknowledged Nicki when Travis tried to outsell her album that she put out back in 2024. Not the most recent album that she put out, but the album she put back out in 2024. And then on top of that, Nicki recently acknowledged Sabrina's new album that, she dropped a few months ago, saying how she loved certain songs. A lot of fans were speculating that there was a collaboration on the way for Sabrina and Ckiminaj. Now, allegedly, Nicki has reached out to Sabrina behind the scenes and does enjoy her music. But unfortunately, with Nicki Minaj's recent love to the Orange Grinch and the back and forth with Cardi B that happened a few months ago, allegedly Sabrina's team is telling her not to work with Nicki Minaj. There has been a few memos that have went out about, people not working with Nicki Minaj because of who they feel like she's aligning with. Okay? Let me know how y'all feel about it. Now, Sabrina recently clocked the Orange Grinch. If you guys have paid attention, she clocked the Orange Grinch in the administration because they used her song recently. But in the same day, Nicki Minaj has praised the Orange Grinch, okay, for a recent announcement that he made. I didn't really watch the announcement, but she has, recently in the last few months, a lot of fans feel like she's been aligning with that administration, and it's not just the fans that believe that. A lot of artists believe that too. Now, let me know how y'all feel about it. Sabrina's team has basically told her it's not worth doing a collaboration with, right now. Okay? Hopefully, Sabrina doesn't listen to her team, but, Ariana has already done that. Ariana has distanced herself. There's other celebrities. I'm not going to go down through the list. I don't think the list is important. But let me know how y'all feel about it. I'm kind of down the middle in regards to it. I feel like, is it a big deal if Sabrina collaborates with Nicki Minaj? Probably not. I think people would stream the song. I don't think nobody's really going to boycott the song. But I can see why certain people may not want to do it. I think Sabrina's views doesn't align with that administration, and she might feel a way too internally. So there could be that, thought process too. I think you got to look at it from both sides. I don't think it'd be a big deal if they collaborate. People are going to tune in, but people take certain political views personally. And everybody's entitled to take it personally. So it's twofold. Clearly, by her not wanting them to use her song, she feels a way about that administration and the Orange Grinch. So, it's a double-edged sword, realistically. Now, unfortunately, Sabrina Carpenter has unfollowed Nicki Minaj on Instagram. I don't know if she was ever really following Nicki on Instagram, but fans are saying that she unfollowed Nicki because she has posted about Nicki on Instagram. So I guess people saying that she unfollowed her. And then on top of that, she definitely unfollowed Nicki on X because it was reported that she was following her on X. So let me know how y'all feel about it. I'm like, damn, why she had to hit the unfollow button. Okay, but like I said before, her team thinks it's a bad idea to work with Nicki Minaj or align herself with Nicki, especially in regards to recent events. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is not good. But let me know how y'all feel about it. Now, moving on from that, Billboard staff have ranked the top 10 hottest female rappers in 2025. Okay? Not the best, not the most lyrical, but the hottest female rappers of 2025. So Cardi B is number 1. Doja is number 2. Gorilla's at number 3. YK Nice is at number 4. Brinä B at number 5. Megan Thee Stallion at number 6. Scratch Off at number 7. Pluto at number 8. Mona Leo at number 9. And at number 10, Ice Spice. So let me know how y'all feel about it. Do you guys agree or disagree with this list? The only thing I probably disagree with is the fact that Ice Spice shouldn't even be on the list, in my opinion. She definitely didn't do anything hot this year. Okay, it's more of a flop. I also think Megan Thee Stallion should have been last. But this might be going based on stats, but she didn't even have no stats in 2025. I feel like whenever flopped, Lover Girl flopped. She was in the courtroom most of the time. So I don't feel like she deserved to be on the list at all, but that's just my opinion on it. But what I did notice is that Doja Cat was snubbed, which is very interesting. I guess Doja Cat doesn't really count as a rapper anymore. Because where is Big Doja? Shouldn't Doja Cat be, on the list? Unless, I guess, V is not a rap album, okay? But I feel like if Doja can be on the list because Anxiety was a big hit and Anxiety is not a full rap song, I feel like Doja Cat should get some credit for V, in my opinion. So let me know how y'all feel about it. I feel like they kind of was snubbing Doja Cat a little bit. That's interesting. I feel like Doja Cat should have been on the list rather than Megan Thee Stallion. No shade. Megan didn't chart really at all. I think the song, Lover Girl went top 40. Okay. But it left the charts after 2 weeks. So, I don't know. I feel like they be treating Doja Cat a little bit weird, but Megan and Scratch Off and Ice Spice can flop, and they be getting all the credit in the world. So, it's very interesting. I might make my own list, a more accurate list, that will really showcase people's talent versus, it always being about the charts. But Cardi B being number 1 didn't really shock me at all either. She sold the most albums this year. Now, moving on from that, Queen B is not happy with Brandy. Okay, now, as we know, Ray J recently called out the Carters for not supporting Brandy, not taking no pictures with her, not acknowledging her. I got the real tea behind what's going on with Brandy and Queen B on Patreon. Link will be in the description. Now, here's my thing. I don't think it was a smart move on Ray J's part. And Queen B feels as though people be trying to bully her into liking certain celebrities or acknowledging certain celebrities. She feel like y'all did that with Chloe and Holly. Like, she never did enough for Chloe and Holly, which she didn't, in my opinion. But she feels like people be trying to bully her into acknowledging certain people that she doesn't feel like she has to acknowledge. She's there for Kelly. That's her best friend since she was a child. Brandy is not. Brandy is an industry peer. And allegedly, Beyonce don't really consider her a peer because Beyonce is doing way more than her. No shade. So with that being said, I'm in the middle in regards to this. I'm trying to be more neutral and I can see both sides. I feel like, it would have been nice to get a picture of Brandy, Monica, and Kelly and Beyonce and Solange and Michelle. Would have been nice. It probably would have broke the internet. But also Beyonce doesn't have to acknowledge you hoes. That's the problem nowadays. People always want the Queen Bee cosign. Y'all did that with Nicki Minaj. And Nicki Minaj at times low-key fell into the trap. She always felt like she had to acknowledge certain female rappers, whether she felt like they were talented or not, because there was that narrative that people pushed on her that she was bitter, that she didn't want anybody else to succeed. And look at what happened. Basically, what had happened was most of the female rappers she don't fuck with, there's always drama. They be in group chats talking shit about her. Cardi B's getting information on her. Megan Thee Stallion and Devil Nation be mentioning Nicki Minaj in court. Okay, now some of that's not their fault, but in hindsight, the reason why they're mentioning Nicki Minaj in court is because Nicki has a big beef with Megan Thee Stallion. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like if she had not acknowledged half of these female rappers, they wouldn't be trying to get no tea on her. There wouldn't be no tea to get. They wouldn't be mentioning her in court. There would be no diss tracks. They wouldn't be mentioning her husband, talking about her son. It has spilled over. Scratch off calling her super freaky grandma. So at the end of the day, I like the way Queen Bee moves. She don't acknowledge you hoes. She don't even acknowledge the people that she signed. And look, she be drama free. It be nothing they could say about Queen Bee. Nothing. Other than the fact that she doesn't acknowledge them. And I think she should continue to pay Brandy and Ray J dust. Now, moving on from that, Apple Music ranks Doja Cat's Gorgeous as the 5th most defining song of women's empowerment in 2025. I guess, these are one of the Kaya awards that they be giving out. I mean, this ain't really nothing. But despite Doja Cat's album V flopping, Doja Cat has been crowned the number 1 most streamed female rapper for the 5th consecutive year on Paolify. Okay, according to Paolify Wrapped. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Paola. Okay, I like Doja Cat. I probably stream Doja Cat, well, I wouldn't say every day, but maybe once or twice a week. That's good enough. That's pretty good. Okay, some of y'all don't stream Doja Cat at all. But I wouldn't say I stream her every single day. But I will say this. I don't believe these numbers after what happened with V. Now, had she did at least 80,000 for V, then maybe. But I don't believe she was the most streamed because where were y'all streaming when V dropped? She wasn't the most streamed album. Okay, so let me just guess. Y'all streaming Planet Her, 5 years later? Like, come on now, stop. Y'all gotta stop with the shenanigans. Doja Cat's getting payola. That's what it is. And it's really no shade. I like Doja Cat. But the truth is completely out now. We know what your real numbers look like. And you ain't the most streamed female rapper. I don't believe that for a second. I don't even count you as a female rapper anymore because you barely rap anymore. Now, moving on from that, iHeartRadio is banning AI-generated music and AI personalities on all stations as part of a guaranteed human initiative. Okay? Let me know how y'all feel about it. I don't think these labels gonna like this. I don't think these labels are gonna like this. Okay? Because it's not just certain artists using AI. A lot of artists are actually using it more than you guys think. A lot of these rappers are secretly using AI, and I think that next year, a lot of them will get exposed. So I know for a fact that these labels are not happy about this because low-key, it puts their bag at risk. If they're not able to get their songs on the radio or it's banned from the radio, then they're losing money. Okay, even though a lot of labels pay for radio, they do generate a lot of money from radio too, because when a song is popular on the radio, it increases the streams. So I know they're not too happy about this one. Now, moving on from that, if you guys have been keeping up with the Luigi case, trial is happening soon. And Luigi's lawyers want certain evidence thrown out. Now, the defense wants to bar the gun and a notebook from his trial. After getting state blank charges thrown out in September, Luigi's lawyers are zeroing on what they say was unconstitutional police conduct that threatens his rights to a fair trial. They contend that the Manhattan District Attorney's Office should be prevented from showing the gun, the notebook, and other items to jurors because police didn't have a warrant to search the backpack. They also want to suppress some of Luigi's statements to the police, such as when he allegedly gave his name as Mark Rosario, because officers start asking questions before telling him he had a right to remain silent. Prosecutors say Luigi gave the same name when he checked into a Manhattan hotel days before the incident. Prosecutors say Luigi mused in his diary about repelling against the deadly greed-fueled health insurance cartel and wrote that offing an industry executive conveys a greedy bastard that had it coming. An officer searching the backpack found with Luigi had heard in a body cam footage saying that he was checking to make sure there wasn't a bomb in the bag. His lawyers argued that that was an excuse designed to cover up an illegal warrantless search of the backpack. Luigi's lawyers want to bar evidence from both cases, but this week's hearings pertain to only the state cases. The next hearing in the federal case is scheduled for January 9th. So let me know how y'all feel about it. Do you guys believe Luigi's innocent? Do you believe he's guilty but will get off? I see a lot of people saying that on social media, like they may be living in la la land, because one thing he probably not doing is getting off. They gonna get him on something. Okay, now I think he'll get more charges dropped, but they gonna get him on something because they gotta make an example out of him, because he can't get off, because then it may send a message that you can off, as CEO or somebody of status and power and get away with it. And we know that's never the case. That's never, ever the case. Where somebody that is, not necessarily famous, but rich and has some sort of power, doesn't get justice for, their death. Now, unless the industry does it, then that's usually the case. But point of the matter is, they gonna get him on something. And I think Luigi's lawyers are trying to get him like the minimum time, like less and less time. That's why they're trying to get these charges dropped. But they're going to have to make an example out of him. That's what they want to do. I don't think they need to do that, but that's what they want to do. And on top of that, they want to send a message. So that is the major reason why they're not going to let him get off. And on top of that, they don't have any other suspects. But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Nicki Minaj, Sydney Sweeney, Zendaya, Selena and Haley on page. My link will be in the description. Have a great day.